It's 7 a.m. from Fox 35. This is Good Day Orlando.
Developing this morning, a controversial ruling is now giving convicted sex offenders access to social media websites.
This week, the Supreme Court struck down a North Carolina law that barred them from those sites. The law was originally intended to protect minors online from becoming a target for potential predators. Joining us right now to talk more about keeping your kids safe online is our good friend, digital expert Tom Jelneck. Always great to see you, Tom. How are you?
Good morning. Great. How are you?
Good, thanks. Okay, so what can we do as far as, the types of apps maybe that we put on the phone or on the desktop at home to keep our kids from going to websites that we know are not good for them?
So, great question, and obviously this causes a huge concern for all parents, and myself included. So, there are toys, there's hardware, there are subscription services that you can use at home to help, prevent certain keywords, prevent access to certain social media platforms. But I got to tell you, Amy, the real takeaway here is we need to be able to communicate with our kids about these dangers and not trying to freak them out, but we have to talk about it.
Well, and that's funny you say that, because I think it's sort of like, if I mention it, does that make them then want to go look it up? I read something the other day that said the average age that a child is first exposed to pornography is age 8. Terrible. Because they can just pull it up right on their phone, and sometimes it's because they pulled it up on accident. They typed in something accidentally and it pulls it up.
Sure. So in those instances, yeah, I highly recommend getting a third-party software that parents can install. But here's the real thing too, Amy. I mean, do kids really need, at 8 years old, access to the internet on a mobile phone? So, not trying to get into a philosophical conversation about that, but I'm seeing more and more of that, and it's so hard to keep control over that.
So what tips do you have, Tom? What do you want parents to know?
So if you have a young one, I'd say, under 13 or whatever, I always say put a computer in a common area, where you can actually watch what they're doing and pay attention. So that's certainly one tip. And I think teaching stranger danger to kids as they're traversing the internet, that's really critical here as well.
Right, because I think it's sort of times it's the enemy that you don't know, and a lot of times you find that these people go on and they troll and they're looking for kids and they're pretending to be a kid themselves.
Absolutely, and that's really terrifying. I think another tip here is, if they are posting photos, you need to talk to your kids about what's appropriate and what's not appropriate, because unfortunately a lot of that is luring in some of these dirtbags as well.
Right, yeah, and if you don't know that other person that you're talking to, right?
Yeah, gone.
Yeah.
Pull the plug.
Okay, all right. Anything else you want people to know, Tom?
So, again, it's vigilance. It's sitting down with the kids and having a conversation. I agree, Amy, they're going to get into what they get into, but if you teach the foundation from the beginning, God willing, they'll be good.
Yeah, we sure hope so. All right, always good to see you. Tom Jelneck, how can our viewers find you?
Sure, go to OnTargetWebSolutions.com.
All right, thanks for being with us this morning. 7:46.